Because as I mentioned in the clip, how we miss what's in front of us because we're looking at how somebody look on the outside. Now, if you're single and dating, listen to me now. I'm not telling you to throw away your list of what you want in a partner that you're praying about to God. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we get caught up too much on the outer appearance, on what we see. And what I will encourage you to do is pray, Lord, adjust my eyes. Change my vision. Change how I look at stuff. Because many of you are missing out on people God is sending your way because they don't look like what you expected. You might be overlooking somebody with real value. We're judging by outward appearances, how they talk, where they come from, past mistakes, how polished or unpolished they are. And some of you that don't act like you don't, some of you even judge people by what sign they are. I ain't dating no Gemini. I heard they toxic. I can't deal with them Capricorns. They have control issues. But when you pray, Lord, adjust my eyes, what prayer gonna do? Prayer gonna sharpen your discernment. Prayer gonna sharpen your discernment. That's what prayer does. Prayer sharpens your discernment. It goes to the point where it helps us see value beneath presentation, calling beneath those flaws, and purpose beneath that packaging. Come on, somebody. Here's a takeaway. This is what prayer does. Prayer trains leaders and believers to see right. It exposes the help we overlook, the people we undervalue, and the solutions God already placed within our reach. There's leaders and believers right now out there praying and asking God to send help or send answers. And like I said in the video clip, when you pray, the answer sometimes comes in the form of a project or in seed form. In other words, some of the help God sends won't look like help at first. See, sometimes when you ask God for bread, He gives you grain. You praying God sent provision. And He like, okay, bet. Here's a project. Let's see if you're ready to do the work for what you've been praying about. So I'm gonna give it to you in project form or seed form. Okay, let me unpack that with something I saw straight out of Exodus. Because the Israelites cried out for food, and God gave them manna, but that manna didn't look like what they expected. It didn't look like the answer that they had prayed for. It didn't fall from heaven already baked, looking like Panera bread. It fell as a frost-like substance, and when they saw it, they said this. They said manna, which literally means, what is it? Because sometimes your answer looks so different from your expectation that you don't even recognize it's already there. I need y'all to hear me on this. Maybe God didn't give you bread, but He gave you grain. And if you'll grind the grain like the Israelites had to do, they had to grind the grain, and then if you just grind the grain, it will become bread. Because God's provision often shows up with a responsibility attached to it. His provision still requires participation. So the question is, can God trust you with the answer that He's gonna give you?